Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to talk about a topic, especially for lower level players, or let's say not too high level players, that can really help them in their progress. Because a lot of people in a lot of alliances are very supporting to their lower level players within the alliance, and so they will give them some help for events, for armadas and stuff like that. And in case of this help, the Spatial Rip is a big help sometime. For example, of course you must be able to reach that system in general with your highest warp range ship, or to have to reach the space that we're talking about, like a G5 space where I'm right now with my Gorn Eviscerator that I already sent there, and then you can let lower level people come there. So if I open a Spatial Rip here in that system, I made a video on the Gorn Eviscerator, so I'm not going too much into the details here. But if I open the Spatial Rip here, I can send a ship there that usually wouldn't have the warp range there. But I will send a certain ship here. Just click the Spatial Rip button, and then the ship is there. And then, as a lower level player, I could, for example, if I don't have the NX-01, for example, I could go here with a stronger ship, start an armada, and would be able to do nicer armadas, although I usually wouldn't get there with my strongest ship, because a lot of people always can get there with the NX-01 on these levels, but not with their strong ships, and so you can get there. But if you want to do more of those, or different kinds of armadas in different spaces, then you will need to return, and the Spatial Rip only gives you a very limited of possibilities to get into the system, and that is why I sent a certain ship here into that system, and that is my USS Discovery. And that is what I suggest for lower level players that are using this help from their higher level players in their alliances. If one of your bigger players opens a Spatial Rip for you in a system where you want to do a number of armadas to spend your directives there for events whatsoever to get the loot, the first ship you should send in there is your Discovery, because the higher level player is paying for this Spatial Rip with material. If he does it too often, he will run out, or it will really cost them too much of their material, and at some point they will not be able to help everyone there, and sometimes you have to help a number of people with stuff like that, and that can really reduce the materials you have for your Spatial Rips. But if the lower level players then first send their Discovery through, with the Discovery, of course, you need to have the proper research for the Discovery. Then you can summon other ships here. Yeah, you can see I can summon my other ships here into the system where the Discovery is, also without any regard for the Warp Ranger or whatsoever. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I see a lot of people that are nice and helping people with Spatial Rips, but I see a lot of lower level players that are just going there once with their biggest ship, then getting destroyed, maybe do that a second time, getting destroyed, and then asking for another Spatial Rip. If you are a lower level player who gets this help from your alliance, send in your Discovery, and then you can use the Discovery to call your own ships in yourself. You don't need to rely on other players' help for a longer time. They just need to get you there once, and then you can do the rest on your own with regard to calling in your ships. And that's why I wanted to make that video, because I see that a lot of people never realize that you can do that. And so if you have the summoning ability in your research already for the Discovery, that is what you should do. If someone opens a Spatial Rip for you for armadas where you want to do multiple ones, first ship that goes through is the Discovery, and then you can call in your ships after they got destroyed once again. If you want to add something about it, please write in the comments below the video and on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.